Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Here to Edify, the podcast. That is Here, H-E-A-R, but originally it was H-E-R-E. This is a spelling session. Okay, retake. Hello and welcome to the very first episode. So I am going to call it episode 0 of Here to Edify. I wanted to start things off with giving you a rundown, kind of just like who am I, why Here to Edify, what my goal, vision, mission for the podcast is, and I'm excited. Like, y'all have thought about doing this for a long time, but to actually be recording, super exciting. First of all, my name is Astrid. The podcast is called Here to Edify. Quick why. I actually had a series back in 2016, the summer of 2016. So many of you may remember that is when Philando Castile died and several other Black men. It was kind of similar to the feeling this summer of just kind of name after name after name. And I remember just a heaviness sitting on me. And when I thought about, well, like, what can I do? I don't even think I necessarily called it my form of protest. But when I look back, I think it was, in a sense, what is my form of protest? It was to really just do a video series where I reached out to people that I was admiring through Instagram, or people that I kind of knew in my own sphere that were young people of color that were doing amazing things, with the intent really of just being like, hey, we're not just a news headline after we're dead and gone. We are people that are creative, that are doing things. And yeah, I just wanted to maybe just change the narrative just a little bit when it came to Black and brown people, and thus Here to Edify was created. And after a while, that kind of fizzled out. During that time, I was actually in grad school, and life happened, things changed. And fast forward to 2020, and just trying to think, like, what can I do creatively? Like, for my own, I'm creative. I want to do something, and I have a strong interest and love for podcasts. And yeah, a friend was like, well, why don't you call it Here to Edify? And from her saying that, kind of branched off to thinking like, hey, maybe the Lord didn't say no to this when it kind of fizzled out. Maybe he just deferred it for a while. And so I thought it would be great to utilize the just huge, what would you call it? I just feel like I have so many friends or people that I'm connected to that are doing just a huge network. That's the word I'm looking for. A huge network of people that I can pull from and speak with, and essentially do what I was doing with Here to Edify video series as a podcast. And ultimately, because of the name Here to Edify, the goal is just the edification of, the baseline would be people in general, but specifically as a woman of color, as a Black woman, just really having a desire to amplify those voices of people of color, those Black and brown voices that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily hear from. That is my desire. But I should say too, the baseline, yes, is everyone, but the foundation of it all is I want Christ to be edified. I want him to be lifted high, and that can and is done just through the dignifying of people, and just showing the dignity that we intrinsically have by just being made in his image. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for you all to come along on this journey with me, which sounds so cliche, on this journey, but that's why it's a cliche. You use it and it kind of fits. So yeah, I'm excited to start this up. I'm excited to jump into conversations with people that I know, people that maybe I don't know, but I see from afar and can get to know through interviews and interview conversations. And then ultimately, my hope is that everyone that listens, that comes and takes the time, can walk away having learned something, whether it be about a specific topic or just having learned something in the sense of, this is someone I know about that I didn't know about before. And I just really want Black and brown people to be uplifted. I want their voices to be heard. I want to make a positive impact, and I want Christ to be pleased with what I'm doing. And so I'm excited to start, and I'm excited for everyone that tunes in to hopefully be inspired and excited, just as excited as I am. I have some amazing people that I will be talking to. In lieu of all of that, I want to set up episode 1, where I had a conversation with my friend, Sam Chang. We talked about a blog post that she wrote. It was entitled Matchmaking. And on the surface, it is literally an auntie coming to her and talking to her about helping her matchmake her son. But as you dig deeper, you see that there is an issue of race and aversion to a black or brown spouse. And so talking through her desire and her willingness to write about something that she didn't have to. And so I am super excited to share this first episode. But yes, I'm excited, and I hope you are too. And I will see you for our next episode, which will officially be episode 1 with my first interview. We are going to jump right in. So yes, welcome, and hopefully see you next time. Also, if you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those places, please subscribe as well, so that as these new episodes roll in, you are aware. And let's do this. Come on.